Hi Stampers, it's 𝘾𝙧𝙧𝙚 here from Stamping with Kelly, and I'm so glad you're joining me. This is June 2023 and we are doing our monthly online card club. So thank you very much for joining me. Maybe you're live, maybe you're on the replay. Either way, I'm going to just switch around here a little bit to make sure it's live. Okay, things are going. I wonder, I think I probably need to mute this site. There we go. Okay, I think I've got it all set up now. So thank you very much. Honestly, you might be watching on YouTube. Are you on YouTube or are you on Facebook Live? I know I'm doing this recording on Facebook Live, so I'm going to be reading off comments that are happening live. But even if you're watching on the replay, please comment along. I always read the comments, and I love hearing what's happening in your life and where you're from, and if you're crafting along with me. So I should mention, these projects can be mailed anywhere in Canada. So even if you're in the future watching this, please reach out to me because you might have the ability to craft along with me. I do have some of these projects available now, and I do have some past kits available too. So anywhere in Canada, I can send these out to you. It's so much fun to be able to craft together, no matter where you are. So again, please reach out and let me hook you up with some crafting goodies. It'd be so much fun to craft along with you. Okay, so things are going here. Let me just double check everything again. You know, the tech, you know, when you're your own tech person, right? And you're like, oh, this is great. I'm doing kind of everything. Okay, so if you guys are watching along, please comment and let me know if everything's sounding okay. I hope you can hear me tonight because I was having some wonkiness with my it was my microphone that ended up causing me the problems tonight, so it's always something, right? Okay, I'm going to start taking you through the specials because there are so many amazing specials on right now. So the first thing that we need to talk about is free shipping. So tomorrow, if you're watching this in the future, I'm so sorry, it's probably past. But tomorrow, which is June 21st of 2023, we are having a free shipping day. So on any orders over $100 Canadian, you can have your products shipped directly to your door for $0. So that's like an 11% savings right there on everything that you purchase. So what I would do is think about what you need. This is the perfect time to get things that you need and, you know, wish list items too if you want. But adhesives, right? All the things that like you need but you don't really want. So like dimensionals, your refills for your stamp and seal. Maybe you are going to splurge and treat yourself to a take your pick tool. Maybe you're going to do the new take your pick attachments. This would be fun. Oh, that was a weird noise. I don't know what that was about. So this is one of the attachments here. It's a little wheel that does a perforation. And then we also have a brand new little scalpel knife that you can attach onto your take your pick tool. And the super pierce tool. This is extremely sharp. And on the other side of it, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, so maybe I have dentist on the brain. But you've got like a dentist hook. Can you see that? So like, don't do dentistry with your Stampin' Up! Tools, but definitely get this little add-on pack. That's a fun little treat for you. Maybe you've been noticing that you run short on certain blocks or certain sizes of blocks pretty consistently. So maybe that's something that you want to order with your free shipping promotion. And oh, you know, I'm just going to just double check here because I think, did I not set my phone to silent? That would be a rookie mistake. Oh no, it's on silent. Okay, I don't know what that little noise was, but anyways, it's like the ghosts. Oh, good. Michelle says everything looks and sounds good on your end. Yay, hooray. Okay, so what other things are massive deals for free shipping day? So I talked to you about the things that you want, the things that you need, right? What about getting free shipping on all of your paper pumpkins for the year? You could do a 12-month subscription and get one of your kits for free along with that, as well as a whole bunch of host benefits. You get about, I think, what is it, a 25 or $28 shopping spree or something like that for free. So if you have questions about this, just let me know. You can also get a 6-month prepaid code. This is another really great value. I think you're saving $1 off of every box or something like that. And then you can also get 3 months subscription and even 1 month. So if you like the look of any of the paper pumpkins that I'm going to sneak peek up here right away, then you can redeem it for those, or you can just sit on that code. What will happen when you place your order is a code will be emailed to you, and then that's like a redemption code, and you choose when you want to redeem that. You can put it on your account right away, and then the next shipment will come directly to you for the box in July. Or what you can do is just save it in your email, and then once you see a sneak peek that you really love, you can apply it to your account at that time and then get that box for free at that time. So it's a really fabulous way to treat yourself in the future. You can also treat friends and family. So say somebody's going through a rough time in their life and you want to bring a little sunshine to their door, then you can send flowers, but I think a crafting kit is a wonderful way to keep them busy with their hands, get them grounded and crafting and creating, and then the things that they make, they also get to give out, which is like extra love all around the world. So it's like you've given them the love, then they get to give more love. Anyways, you guys get it. Okay, so that would be a really good thing to get on the free shipping day. So what else happens when you place an order for free shipping? So $100 or more gets you free shipping. It also gets you my 2-part free gift. And I did not know that Stampin' Up! Was going to color coordinate here with my free gift. That was pretty fluky, wasn't it? This is a 2-part gift that I just love. And if you have the supplies for the card club projects this month, you're going to get your hands on this paper, which doesn't show up very nicely in a picture, but in person, you're going to love the feel of it and you're going to love how you work with it. So this truly is paper, but it's a high-def image of, I think it's maple wood, printed onto paper. Then there's actually a glossy coating put over the top, and then there's an embossed texture put over the top too. So you'll get a 2-pack of those. Well, it's 2 sheets in a pack. You'll get 1 pack of 2, and they're 12-inch by 12-inch sheets. And again, I can mail these anywhere in Canada, no problem. And you'll actually get these gems to go along with it. These are gorgeous gems. They come in the clear, the opaque white, it's kind of like a shimmery color. It's not glitter, it's shimmer. And then this beautiful soft pink color. So you'll get both of those items for free with a minimum $100 order. You'll also get, of course, free shipping. So that seems to be kind of the sweet spot. If you do want to place an order and it's not quite $100, you can still qualify for the free shipping if you choose to pick up your items from my house. So what you'll do is tonight, immediately, you're going to send me an email of your wish list, because it does take a lot of time to put in orders tomorrow. And of course, my kids' sporting events don't stop. They just keep going. So I might be doing it at a baseball game, right? So just send me an email and you can combine it with the other group orders that I will have, and then you'll still get the free shipping. But again, it won't be to your door. It will be to my door, which you can pick up from in South Edmonton. So another promotion that you can take advantage of along with the free shipping order, or the free shipping offer, is this designer series paper sale, where you can purchase all of the designer series papers from the annual catalog at a 15% discount. They've also included some items from the online exclusives. So if you remember the cards that we made last month with the beautiful flowers and that circle design, that designer series paper that we used on that one, peeking through the opening, that one is actually on sale as well. So make sure you take a look at that. It's fabulous to save. You're saving 15% there. You're saving 11% on shipping. And then I'm going to give you free stuff. Like, oh my goodness, right? It's so exciting. So another promotion that we're having is our starter kit special. Was that last one a little bit closer? Oh, look at that. There's something weird going on with my camera there. That's what kind of threw me off in the beginning. I thought my head was jumping around a little bit, and it was. Sorry about that. So the starter kit special. This is a demonstrator starter kit. Now, don't let that scare you because it doesn't have to be intimidating. When I signed up, it was completely for the discount and for my own personal use. And Stampin' Up! Has no problem with that. So if that's something that appeals to you, just reach out to me and I'd be happy to explain a little bit more of the ins and outs. So the starter kit special is a fabulous deal. It's pretty much the best deal that you'll ever get on Stampin' Supplies. You can choose whatever you want, and instead of $165 worth, right now you get to choose $206 worth of whatever you want from the catalogs, from the online exclusives, and you even actually have a chance to take part in a demonstrator pre-order that's available to demonstrators right now. So $206 worth of merchandise. How much do you pay? $135. No shipping, no GST. So that's a pretty fabulous deal, right? That works out to probably about a value of almost $241, I think I worked it out. And that's just for $135 with no shipping, no tax. That's just $135. So if this is something that interests you, if you've been thinking about the big boss and you want to give it a try, this is the only way that you can get it at a discount, is when this starter kit goes on this fabulous special. So make sure you reach out to me. That's for the rest of the month, so till the end of June. Okay, now we're getting into paper pumpkins. Oh, I got a little bit ahead of myself here. I was going to show you a paper pumpkin that I have, but just back to the free shipping page while I talk to you about some things that I don't have slides for. Okay, so there's also the product shares I wanted to tell you about. This is something that I do that's kind of amazing, to get your hands on everything from the annual catalog that's new, and I'll show you what that looks like because you can get it in a whole bunch of different ways. My favorite though is the Gotta Have It All special, which would give you every single thing that I'm about to show you here. So this section here is actually the designer series paper. This will give you 6" by 6" pieces of every single designer series paper in the new catalog. And now, what is one of the best parts? Well, it takes a little bit of time, but I love doing it for you. But I have looked up and copied in all of the coordinating colors for every single designer series paper here. So what you're going to get if you choose to get this product share, again, I can ship these anywhere in Canada, or you can pick up from my house. Shipping is extra, so I'd be happy to give you a quote for whichever options that you'd like to do. But look at all these fabulous designs, and you know, maybe you have a couple people in your life that like fishing, but you don't want a whole pack, right? Maybe you want to play with these little shops. Maybe you want to play with the space theme, or these fabulous flowers, or even some of these more trendy ones. This is a mega pack, which gives you 4 sheets, 12 by 12 of 12 different designs. So you get 48 sheets. It's a $41 paper pack, and maybe you don't want, 4 sheets of each of these patterns, right? So this is a great way of getting the sampler, and you can just try out and fall in love with all of the different designer series papers that we have. Okay, so this one here is $37 if you decide to do the designer series paper share. Now I also have other shares that you can do. Uh-oh, did I forget to put the prices here though? I have it in the other room, but I won't run over there now. So these are all the ribbons. Maybe even I might be missing 1 or 2, but these are all the different ribbons that you would get if you chose to do my ribbon share. And again, that's a really good deal. Oh, I'm gonna run and go get it. It's just right here. I know where it is, so don't leave me. Don't leave me, don't leave me. Okay, it's not there. I lied. I lied. I totally lied. It wasn't there. Okay, so anyways, my ribbon share. You'll have to look up the price because my brain is dead and I've been writing it all day, but I can't remember. Bonus points to whoever puts it in the comments section first. So you can get the ribbon share as well. I also have, so not designer series paper, but a specialty paper share. And that will give you, I'll show you the page in the catalog where those ones come from. But this one is, I think I do remember the price of that one. Is, I don't know, one of them is 13 and two of them are 20. I can't remember which ones are which. So the specialty paper will give you the holographic trio, the white center paper, more dazzle, soft shimmer, in color, textured specialty paper, and then also the in color luster paper. So you're getting like a little sheet of each of these, 6" by 6". So it's a really good deal. Then you'll also actually get another specialty paper, which they've included on this page here. Honestly, the most comprehensive thing to do is to look in the video description and just click on the link to my form, and you can see images of everything. So that's going to be really helpful for you. This gold celebrations, what do they call that? We call it specialty designer series paper, but it's acetate. Yeah, it's like a clear window sheet. So that's also included there. Now, how would you get the embellishments share? It's going to come something like this, a little bit nicer version. This is like a partial pack here that I've started working on, and I'm still waiting for a couple embellishments which are back ordered. So you'll get it something like this. So you get a little bit taster of everything. And so it's all going to be adhered to a nice piece of cardstock, and then you just take it out whenever you're working on something, and you can match it up with, you know, whatever suits the project that you're working on. So I really, really love these product shares, and I know people do as well, because it's a very manageable way to try out everything. And then you can focus your orders maybe a little bit more on like the stamps and dies and punches that you like, and you don't have to be, you know, like every one of these designer series papers, right now they're on sale, but every one of them regular is $17, right? So that would be a significant investment to get a whole bunch. And maybe sometimes you don't want the whole pack, right? So if you wanted to get it all, the Gotta Have It All special is regular $90. That's how much it would cost for all the bits and pieces. But you can actually get the Gotta Have It All special for $5 off. So only $85, and you get all of the embellishments, all of the ribbon, all of the specialty designer series paper, and all of the regular designer series paper. It's a lot, and it's gorgeous, and it will keep you playing for a really, really long time. So again, reach out. Supplies are limited because I do them in batches of 4. So please reach out sooner than later so we can make sure we can get your hands on those, okay? So while I have you pointed down, I'm going to show you last month's paper pumpkin kit. Oh, let's see here. Here we go. Last month's paper pumpkin kit. So this is called Exploring in Color, and it was a sneak peek of this was shown in black and white because the new in colors hadn't been shown at that point. And with this one here now, it actually showcases all of our new in colors. I just think it's so beautiful how they put them all together. Do you guys want to see inside? Yeah, you do. I think most of you have this already. If you've ordered it, then you've received it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so what do you get in a paper pumpkin kit? Paper Pumpkin is our monthly subscription service, which delivers you an all-inclusive kit to your door every month, and it's a surprise. So even us demonstrators don't even know. We just get a little sneak peek every month ahead. So I'm going to show you this month's sneak peek and next month's sneak peek after this. But this is the one that I have extras of if you do want to purchase. I love the sayings. Life is meant for good friends and great adventures. Happy birthday. It doesn't matter where you're going. It's who you have beside you. And cheers to another adventure. And then you got the compass, the cup, and the hiking boot, along with a copper clay ink spot, which is one of our new in colors. So what do you make in this kit? I'm so glad you asked. We have a hair. Here we go. 3 different projects, and you make 3 of each of them. So you can choose to just follow the instructions directly, or you can choose to switch it up. I'm a part of a Facebook group called the Paper Pumpkin Demonstrator Connection, which is for demonstrators only, but there's also the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, which is fabulous. So if you're looking for inspiration, make sure you look up that Facebook group and request to be added, or you can just comment to me and I would be happy to send you a link. And then you can see all of the different things that people are doing with these kits. So let's explore this kit, just how they have it here. All of the bits and the pieces. I love this kit. It makes me think of Alberta, like just in all of the designs, right? You've got the bison there, you've got the Rocky Mountains. These are just the envelopes, aren't they pretty? And then you've got these like nice forests and meadows too. So I really love that you could even cut up those envelopes and start using those as designs too. The printed card bases are just stunning. There's, like I said, 3 different kinds, but look at this. They're actually printed on the front and the back side. So for me, you know where my brain goes. I'm going to start cutting this up and I get 2 cards out of the one, right? Put it on a piece of white cardstock base and then there you go. You can use it like a designer series paper almost. So we've got that like forest mountainy one. Then we've got the bison. And then we've got this beautiful mountain lake here. Oh, I'm just itching to go camping. This is the latest that we've ever not been camping yet. So I can't wait. I think we have to wait until next month actually is when our first camping trip is. These are all die cut pieces, and so this is where you're going to stamp your sayings onto. And look at this. You've got even some stickers for your water bottle or for you can do it on all kinds of things, on a notebook or something like that. Oh, look at this. I can't get it out. There we go. And then we've also got a whole bunch of tags and even some images that are pre-cut and pre-stamped there for you. It comes with some dimensionals, mini glue dots. The dimensionals are over here. And so you don't really need adhesives, but I always like to just pack a Stampin' Seal and some scissors. And of course, you'll need a clear block. The first kit that you sign up for actually includes a clear block. There's the dimensionals. But after that, you can just keep repacking that into your future kits. Now, one thing that I wanted to share that I saw in the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club is instead of folding your cardstock like this, you can actually do a fun fold by taking your sheet and folding it like this. And then you could make a tag on the front and it folds out and you get to actually see this whole entire beautiful card. Now, if you wanted to put this onto a card, like an actual card that would open, you could even trim this down, right, a little bit, and then put it onto a regular card, which then would open, right? So you'd have that part that's like a 3D, and then you could have that part that opens. But I'm sure your creativity, you could do all kinds of things with that. Isn't that a fun idea? So just doing like a little Z fold there. So instead of folding it like that, you're folding it like that. Ah, so adorable. So the other thing that I kind of did a sneak peek on, I got a little bit ahead of myself, is that there's this add-on that was available, and I just love it. We're going to be using this for our first card tonight. So this is the full Paper Pumpkin kit. There's an add-on here that was available, and it's called Exploring in Color Cards and Envelopes. It comes with 18 cards and envelopes in there. The envelopes, again, are a little bit different. These are just going to be solid and 3 of our in colors. And the card bases are a little bit different as well. So we've got this one here, this design. And then we've got this design. And we've got one more. I'm going to try not to show you. I might have to show you what our club card looks like, though. There goes the whole surprise, I guess. Let's see if I can make it not show. Yeah, here we go. Haha. And then there's this one here, which is like a beautiful mountain. And then they've got that nice little campfire nestled there next to the water. So pretty. Okay, so this is available. I think it's, let me go back to my other screen. There we go. So this one here, 18 cards, 6 each of 3 designs. And they're $13.75 before GST and shipping. So I would have to figure that out for you. what the total was, but I don't think that these are available on this online store anymore. I took a look today and I couldn't get them to come up in my quick search that I did. So just reach out to me. I do have some extra ones, so just let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, so I said that all we get is this little sneak peek each month, and this is the sneak peek for the June kit that's available. So this is called Welcome In Paper Pumpkin Kit, and again, this window to sign up for this is closed, but this is actually a coordinating suite, or a coordinating set with a suite that we have here. What did I look it up yesterday? I can't remember the page number. 62. So in the annual catalog, we have a suite called the Countryside Inn. And that you'll kind of notice is this like boho blue, balmy blue, misty moonlight, and night of navy suite. And so you kind of get the feel of it just by looking at that. And this kit is actually an extension of that. While I've got you looking down, I'll show you my swap card that I made for the Norway cruise that I just went on. This was a Stampin' Up! Incentive trip that was earned by, they have to say, like, they always want us to say this disclaimer, it was earned by less than 1% of the global population of demonstrators. And I was lucky and hard enough working to get on that trip. So on the trip, we did a swap amongst other demonstrators, and this is the card that I made. So it's called a bookbinding fold, and I just love this fun fold because it's so easy to do and understand, and it works so well with Designer Series paper. And I use this Countryside Inn paper to go along with it. These flowers come from an online exclusive product. I think it was the Irresistible flowers or something like that, and same thing with the leaves and the hello stamp. This die here with the stitching, like the impression on there, that's actually called Radiating Stitches, and it's an online exclusive as well. And it comes with a whole bunch of rectangles with different sizes with these really fun details of stitching on them. So I just thought I would show you that since I had that, and it coordinates with this Countryside Inn, and it also coordinates with our Welcome In Paper Pumpkin. So this paper pumpkin, like I said, is not available to purchase now. I will have extra kits arriving at my door any day now, and so if you did want one of those, please reach out to me and I can reserve it for you. I can't sell it to you until July 11th, but I can reserve it for you, okay? And then there's another add-on that they did with this too. This one isn't the cards and envelopes, it's actually this die. And so I have the die here, and it's, it's a really nice size. And it does this little vase and flower and a little sprig. So if you wanted one of these to go along with your kit, I think they're still available. Yes, they're still available. I added them today, but I have a couple in my hot little hands too. So $8.25 before GST and shipping here in Canada. Okay, sneak peek for if you decide to, on free shipping day on the 21st of June, which is tomorrow, this Fun in the Sun paper pumpkin kit is the one that you would get next in the mail in mid-July. So if you sign up now, this is the kit that you would receive. This one here, they've given a few different teasers. So they say hello to summer and send oceans of kind words with this kit. But there was another one that actually talked about accordion cards. So this is really fun. It's going to be like a fun fold style card with an accordion fold. And it's not just this kind of daytime bright sunny sunshine look. There's a preview as well of like a sunset version of it as well. So I'm really excited about this kit because I love the beach. I don't know anyone who really doesn't like the beach. I don't like sand, but I like the beach. So again, if you wanted to even just try out Paper Pumpkin, it's a fabulous time to do that because you can get a prepaid code and get free shipping on it. Free shipping, free shipping. Okay, are you guys ready to get started with your crafting? We're going to get started here with the bonus card that looks something like this. It might be this color scheme. It might be more of the mauve color scheme. So just grab whichever one, and I'm going to just pivot over here to my other page here. There we go. Now I can see your comments. I can see who's watching. Say hi, check in. I'd love to see who's watching. It's always so much fun to say hi to you. Are you guys ready to see the finished card? Okay, here we go. This is the card using those beautiful card bases from that Paper Pumpkin add-on. And I don't like covering beautiful imagery up, so my compromise was this little flap here that allows you to pivot and see the entire beautiful artwork there. So this is just a vellum piece here that is glued on, and then you can flip through and you can also open up the card and write your message in there, stamp a message in there. So you might have, so that was the mauve version. And then there's also like a slightly different version here with the blue background. So you are much appreciated. And then this one's got that mountain stream. Okay, how do we make this card? Really simple, guys, and I think you're going to enjoy how this all comes together. So first of all, take your bits and pieces. Again, if you don't have this one, it's because you've selected the mailing option and haven't paid extra for the bonus card. My clubs, I like to reward people by picking up their supplies, by giving them an extra project each month. So this is my little gift to the people who, you know, decide to come out of their way and come and get their projects from my house. Saves me packaging everything up for the post, but it also saves on postage. So I like to thank you for that. And then I know many of you like to pick up your orders from my house too. And most of the time, most of the time, it works for you to pick them up at the same time. Sometimes the planets don't align, do they? And there are some shipping issues that are happening these days, but I just want to thank you so much for your patience. I was on a 1-hour leaders call today with many Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and then also the leaders in Stampin' Up! Themselves, like the corporate team. And they're really working through some of the changes that they've implemented. So just while we get started here, I'll quickly touch on that. So I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal. If you don't like the look of the seal going through there, you might want to do like 4 glue dots or something like that. That might make you a little bit happier. Or maybe you have a creative way of covering that up. This is what I always talk about, right? With vellum, you can see through and you have to be careful about your adhesive. So we always talk about hiding it. Now I came up with this design, and then I don't know why, but I can't think of a way of hiding this. I guess you could put another piece of designer series paper over the top or something to decorate the back. But I really want to hear if you have come up with something. But I'm going to go ahead with my 3 strips here because I haven't got that creative right now. But who knows? Lightning could strike for creativity. This is going to be adhered onto the back, but I'm actually going to align it with the front here and then wrap it around. There we go. There we go. So then we're going to press that on. Now we can just start to layer things up here. This is that wood grain that's a part of my freebie this month. So you can feel the texture, you can see the bit of glossiness on there, and I just put that on with Stampin' Seal centered on that panel. Now for the saying, we've got this little piece here, and I'm going to use, I think, this Timeless Arrangements. This is the one that's bundle and save 10% with this die pack that cuts out all these little sprigs. I'm going to show you that in a little bit more detail in a minute. Another great one is this Wonderful Thoughts, and that's where I got this You Are Much Appreciated, which I think just looks gorgeous. You could also just do something like thanks, hello, hi friend, right? This one here has a lot of different sayings that would fit there. So you're my everything, you make me smile, you are so kind. And then you can combine things like thanks for always being there, or thanks very much, right? There's I really appreciate you. You can say a very big thanks. You can say love and thanks, right? You can put these all together. You are the best. You can say thanks for being my friend. Thanks to you. So this is a perfect one for a whole bunch of different sayings. And it's also, like I said, the bundle and save 10%. So when you see these dies, I think you're going to fall in love with them too. I'm using the coordinating green color, which is called Mossy Meadow, which is kind of perfect when you're doing forest meadows and things like that, right? I've got it already mounted up, so let's do that. So I was talking about shipping. They are implementing a brand new shipping process, like from start to finish, the way that it comes in, the way that things are distributed and picked from the supply line, and then how it goes out. And then they're also working with a few different shipping companies and testing to see which ones are going to be most effective, fastest, less expensive, and then also more reliable or maybe gentle on the packages, right? So there's a few different things that are going on, and it's kind of culminating into a perfect storm a little bit. But on the call today, they said that over the last 2 days, they've made huge strides, and everything is basically worked, like all the bugs are worked out of the system that they've been dealing with for kind of a few months now. So I'm really hopeful of that. And they said that for the free shipping day tomorrow, I know we're kind of all on edge, but they're saying that they're going to be able to be shipping out probably that day or the next day. So they're back on track, and so we don't have to worry about big long delays with that. Did you guys see what I did there? I put some Stamp and Seal on the back, and then these dies are actually made with this little rectangle, which works perfectly to adhere them on. So that rectangle disappears, and then we can just adhere these little sprigs right on, and then they disappear, but you get a good grip on them, right? That's what I'm trying to say anyways. I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. Sometimes words are hard. There we go. So I'm putting dimensionals on there. We've got that little rectangle. And remember, if I ever go a little bit too fast for you, if you miss something that I've done, this is all going to be available. I'm trying to get this online on YouTube tonight. So you can check on YouTube. You can, of course, access the Facebook instant replay as soon as the video ends. You can start it over again. This one here, I just rolled a glue dot, and I'm going to put this little sprig on to the side here. Now you might have a different sort of sprig configuration. You might have one, oops, what's happening? What's going on? There we go. Now I'm back. That was weird. Did it jump around for you guys too? Okay, Michelle, you're commenting along. Thank you so much for being my tech person, but that was weird, wasn't it? Did it skip and then advance back? And could you hear me through this? Do you need me to repeat anything? This little sprig here, though, looks a little bit different, right? And that's because this die pack actually comes with 4 different sets of sprigs. So if we take a look here, yes, it jumped a bit. Okay, and did it jump in video and also audio? And are we back on track now? Or am I not even synced together? Oh, so annoying. Okay, so we've got this sprig here, which goes in behind, and then a sprig on the front. Then we've got this one that goes behind and on front. We've got leaves, and then we've got more like seed pods. Oh, you could hear me through the whole time. Okay. Only the video lagged, and then now I'm fine. Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. So this one here is beautiful just like that, but to take it up a notch, I'm just going to add on some of these little sequins. I just think these are so fabulous. They're really easy to use because they're adhesive backed, and they're really cost effective too because they're so small. And look at the wow factor that they add on there, that little bit of sparkle, right? So now you've got this card where it's interactive. You've got the front panel where you get to sneak peek, then you can take a look at the full beautiful artwork, and then you can write your message inside. I love that. So let's talk about where these products come from in the catalogs. So the first product that we use is not from a catalog, right? we've used that exploring in color cards and envelopes. This pack, whoa, is going to give you 6 of the mountain, that mountain one, 6 of this mountain one, and then also a vertical one. So I didn't use the vertical one here because I was worried that when you display your cards, it might start to sag, that vellum piece there. It might kind of start to twist. But this one, now you can display there beautifully, and it's going to sit very nicely. But this, I think, is another beautiful one that you could probably come up with some really great designs with too. So again, those are, I don't think, available anymore from Stampin' Up, but I do have some in my retired sale. Let's get out the catalog here. So first things first, we've got this Timeless Arrangement stamp set, which you can get as a bundle. So I did a sneak peek of the dies that I used there, but then there's also a whole bunch more dies too. So in this pack here, there's additional dies, and these images here, or these shapes here, will actually cut out the stamped images in the set. And then you've got 3 different sized and configured yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Why am I having a hard time with words tonight? Oh my goodness. So yeah, 3 different configurations. Are you guys yelling at your screens yet? It's so ridiculous. Oh. Okay, then we've got, of course, one of my favorite products to use, and it's vellum. Yahoo! So this vellum piece is actually a full 8.5 inches there, and then it's just scored at 2 3/4. So once again, just like using the paper, because you can get 4 of those out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And you can get 4 of these, right, sets with 1 crank. So kind of makes sense to make 4 cards at a time, and you can gift some away. I love gifting cards too. It's rewarding to give people cards that they can use as well. So like a pay it forward kind of card that's blank on the inside, you give it to them and then they can give it to someone else. The neutral adhesive backed sequins here are the ones that we've used as the embellishments. These ones come in the, I don't know if you guys can see there, gold and copper, and then also this bronze color and white. You get a whole bunch of those in a pack, 200 pieces, so it's a great value. Or if you wanted to, you could also get those from my adhesive, my embellishment sampler pack. This Countryside Corners is a really fun die pack that caught my eye immediately because I love, love, love shapes like this, and especially nesting shapes. Ooh, I just love them. So I've used the smallest of the rectangles, and then also like kind of the middle-sized one, but you can see these ones actually get as big as a card front. And they've got these nice lopped off corners, and they would be great for, of course, using along with the Countryside Corners stamp set, where you can bundle and save. But this is one actually that I purchased the dies just on their own because I just knew I was going to get so much use out of those dies. Maybe that's something you want to get with free shipping, right? Something that you'll use over and over again for years to come. Those basic shapes are always just a really fun essential. Then, I don't know why they flagged this again, but that Timeless Arrangements bundle, you can see the dies a little bit more clearly on page 160. Okay, you guys ready for project number 2? We'll put this one away, and again, if you haven't finished it, don't let me rush you or stress you. Then you can always watch the replay. This next one is my celebration for Pride Month. So I had to do rainbow and glimmer and fabulousness, and this card just was everything to me. So I hope you enjoy this card. I'm so excited about it. I'll show you maybe this one first. Da, 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 da. It's so colorful and happy and shiny and sparkly, and even, you know, this part here has shine and sparkle. Yahoo! Rainbows! So this is one of the designs that we're going to make. Or you might have this option here, which is a little bit more of like these radiating triangles. So fun, right? Did you guys notice? I'm going to teach you a really fun technique to give you this rainbow stamp pad effect. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, I'm glad you like it, Michelle. I know I was thinking about you too. These are all like some of my favorite happy colors. And do you guys recognize them? There are in colors that continued forward from last year. So we still have them for one other year, but they're not a part of our core color collection. So again, if you are thinking of things to get for free shipping, it's always nice to get things that you know aren't going to continue forward in the next catalog, right? So it might be a good idea to purchase those right now. I'm just going to kind of separate these things out so you guys can see what I got going on. You should have 5 little gems. Oh, unless you were one of my first ones that I got out the door. If you were a mailed kit, I apologize because I actually was running out the door to Comox so fast that I didn't have the card fully designed, and I thought I'm going to use 10 of these embellishments. So you actually got 10 of these little jewels instead of the 5, but what you didn't get is the ribbon that I decided to include later when I wanted something happening in behind there. So if you do have the in color from the 2022 to 2024 in color ribbon, it's like a woven sparkle ribbon or something like that they call it, but you can grab just like maybe a 12-inch piece of that. And I'm so sorry, that was a weird situation. I was really running late on that, but I got them out the door before I left, so you guys should all have them in your mailboxes. You got a few different things going on, and I'm going to just explain to you what's happened. So this piece here, I've punched this circle out. This actually is the white piece that we can see that's matte, like a matte piece, which goes behind this other white piece. This white piece is going to be the backing piece to which we adhere. How does it go? There we go. To which we adhere all of these sparkly pieces. So this solid rectangle that's white is going to be completely covered and you won't see anything. Then that is going to be mounted on top of this one, which is going to cover up that circle and just show that outer border. So take this one here, take this one here, we're going to put those to the side, and you're going to start putting your puzzle pieces together. Now I'm going to just pause here for a minute and give a close-up on this one again, because if you have this one, there is a little bit more puzzle piecing that you need to do together. So if I give you, maybe there's like a method to the madness. So there's 2 of the same shape in the exact same color. So what you're going to do is treat the top half as one, treat the bottom half as one. Start on the one side with like a small triangle, and then work your way around, putting the pieces together. Now this piece here in the corner is a little bit deceiving, so just remember that the shortest part of this weird triangle is going to be on the top and the bottom, and then that will help you to figure out the rest of this. And oh boy, I wish you good luck. Can you imagine? I cut out half of the pieces with this design, half of the pieces with this design, but these ones I put into a big pile, and then I had to put 24 of these cards together with the proper triangles in the right color, in the right order. Oh, you guys, like it was a whole thing. It was a lot. So if I could give you any suggestion, there's a much simpler way of doing it. And that is just keep track of the pieces as you go. And then you can cut out this die. I should show you the dies here. These are really fun. The dies come just like this. And all you do is cut out, because there's 6 different pieces here, you cut out this die 6 times, and then you're going to make 6 cards with alternating pieces, like alternating colors in the different spots, right? So for one of the cards, this part will be the sparkle. For one of the cards, this part will be the sparkle, right? And then you'll alternate your way through the rainbow. So this is a really fun way of doing it. You could, of course, do different ways, but I did it with 6 colors. There's 6 pieces here. And this one here, there's 6 colors or 6 pieces on each side. So that's how I got the alternating opposite color going on. Does that make sense? Sometimes, yeah, like Michelle wrote in the comments, words are hard. Okay, I'm putting a lot of Stampin' Seal on here. Can you guys see that? I've kind of got it in like a bit of a, like 4 different lines and then top and bottom. I'm going to start with, and I'm showing you just this top one here because I'm going to have to work in the rest of this. But I like to put this one together a little bit on the table first before is that how it goes? No, I'm going to have to peek at this one now. Aha. No. Oh my gosh, you'd think I would have done this before. Oh, I see what I did. So I actually reversed this one. So when I put this small thing at the bottom, but when I was cutting it, I was always imagining that as kind of the top. So that's what's going on here. There we go. So this is going to be here. Okay, have patience with yourself, you guys. This is like a little puzzle project. There we go. There we go. Here, it's coming together now. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece here. And what I do is I align it up as perfectly as I can. And perfect, you know, is not a thing. But as perfectly as you can, that's a thing, right? We can't be perfect, but we can be as perfect as we can. And then we're going to keep going from there. The same thing I did with this one. I started with this top purple piece, and then I just worked my way clockwise around, and then ended up here. And at the end, I had to kind of like switch things a little bit, and like maybe I'll show you here in the middle. There's like a little gap, but it's covered, and so who cares, right? Like it might not be perfect completely in the center, but I think it looks pretty perfect when you put it on the outside. Remember, perfect is not a thing, but as perfect as you can is. There we go. Don't you love the stitching on those? I really think it's so much fun, and I love the texture and the shimmer on this paper. I think they really nailed this product. So if you're in love with these colors, I know you're going to want to add this gorgeous shimmer paper to your order. You also could choose to get all of these shimmer colors, including this like bedazzled one, as a part of my paper share. So that's not a part of the designer series paper share, that's a part of the specialty paper share. Now remember how we said as perfect as you can? Well, I've got a little bit of white showing, so I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that off, and no biggie, right? Then behind here, we can put on some dimensionals. Oh yeah, Michelle is saying my favorite in colors ever. Yeah, these ones are, I think, right up there for me as well. I think they're so exciting. They make me happy. This piece here, I'm going to adhere right onto our background. Now, this color, would you believe it? We've got two that are quite similar right now. This is actually the what color is the in color one? So Lemon Lime Twist is the core color. Oh, Parakeet Party is the one. Parakeet Party. And it's slightly different. You probably would never pick up on it from the camera, but maybe I'll grab a sheet of that in a second here and we can see if the Lucky Limeade is quite different. So I've got my dimensionals on the back side here, and I'm going to just glue that on, centering that as much as possible. Then for this piece here, we are going to have some fun. So if you wanted to, or if you didn't have re-inkers, or if you're just feeling like, man, you just need like a relaxing night off, and you're just making some quick cards here, then of course just use like a regular ink pad, like that's fine. But I'm going to show you a technique here that I just have so much fun with. It involves re-inkers. So these are the re-inkers that coordinate with all of these fabulous in colors. And whenever I buy a stamp pad, I always buy the re-inker to go along with it, because I'm a little bit notorious for leaving my ink pads open sometimes, or like sometimes the kids will do that too. But I never want to be stuck with a dry ink pad. Also, it's just a way easier way for me to keep track of things when I just know if I've got the ink pad, I've got the re-inker. So maybe that's something that you want to do for this free shipping promotion. Now, what I was grabbing there is a baby wipe. And I'm still in the thick of baby wipe stage of my life in my household. But I actually can't even imagine a stage where I won't use baby wipes because they're just so handy, aren't they? Like for the car and on the go and everything. So I really like baby wipes, but keep them in my craft room too. They're really handy to have, especially for this technique where we're going to make our own spectrum ink pad. So can you see how I got all those fun colors right on that one stamp? I'm going to create an ink pad, and I did just little dots for this one here, like almost tie-dye look. This one I'm going to choose to do like swirls that kind of look similar. So I just have this one layer thick, and I tried to make it kind of as smooth as possible here. Sometimes you'll get like Pampers or something as an image on top of your stamped image. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like a texture to your baby wipe. It's kind of funny. So before you get too crazy with putting this on, I probably should mention as well that you should take a look at some stamps that you might want to do, because maybe inking up this much is too much. For me, I'm planning on doing a nice bigger stamp inside. So this Beyond Grateful with these spots, or this Hip Hip Hooray. I found this great saying called Sending Sunshine, and that says Sending Sunshine and Rainbows. And I thought that was really fun. So some of the stamp sets are really great to use are the Good Feelings. This one has like really big ones. You're on My Mind and in My Heart. That's a really fun one. Maybe I'll put that one inside. I'm just so happy for you. The Thank You came from there. And then this one here is a brand new one called Kindest Expressions. And this one has that Sending Sunshine and Rainbows. It also says thanks so much with sympathy. Oh, happy day. But of course, we're a little bit limited to some of these because this tag for the front is a little bit smaller, but we can definitely use them on the inside of the card too, right? So what I'm saying is make your ink pad as big as you need to for stamps. Maybe you don't need it as big as what I'm going to be doing here. So I did the lighter purple. Now I can do this green, which we determined was the Parakeet Party. Now there's another way of doing this, and that was just to do little dots like that, okay? So you can do it as big splotches like what I'm going to do here, or you can choose to do it as little dots like tie-dye. Now I don't have anything silver there, but I'm going to do a little bit of a bigger blue piece here. This technique is really fun. We used to sell Spectrum ink pads, and to be honest, I didn't really like them as much because then you were limited to the same colors all the time, right? With this technique, you could make a brand new ink pad Spectrum every single day. You can do it as ombre. You could do it like just choosing one of these colors and choosing to do it a little bit lighter, less dense at the bottom, and then more dense at the top. Or even a combination of the two colors, right? Like this lighter color and then the darker purple color together. You could start at the bottom and go darker on the way up. So just think about this Spectrum ink pad and how you can totally make it your own in so many different ways. What do you think? Hip hip hooray. Thank you. I kind of want to do this Sending Sunshine and Good Feelings Your Way for the inside. So I'm going to put away this other one. Just while I'm thinking of it, when you're taking off a stamp from your block, oh, it's going to be stubborn for me, of course. You just want to get underneath the sticker because it is possible that the sticker sticks onto the block and you actually peel apart the foam part. And that's no good. That's less than ideal right there. So we'll do this for the inside. when you stamp it or when you ink it up, I like to do one big ink up and then just tap it and move it around just a tiny little bit, and that just kind of fuzzes the edges and blurs them between the two different colors. Ooh, I hope it turns out. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, look at just a tiny little bit of the red showed up there, but that looks really cool. Oh, I love it. I might take a little bit more of the red for this outer part. So let's do that. What did I decide I was going to do with that one? I really like the thank you. Here it is. Thank you. Ooh, I love it. So you could use this for a few different things. I was getting creative last night and wanted to play around on the inside, so I actually grabbed this stamp set here called Lighting the Way, and I used these 3 dots to create these awesome splooches with the multicolored. Do you like that look? I think it's pretty fun too. So I'm just going to put this to the side because I might use it later tonight. Who knows? You can also just wipe it off. And what did I do last night? Let's see if I can show it. It's on the piece underneath here. I'm going to peel this up. I took mine off of the block here, and I was left with this beautiful look here. Can you see that? And I actually stamped that onto the paper, so you could use it as a background as well. So many options with the Spectrum ink pad. The Spectrum DIY ink pad, actually. So on the back side of this little tag here, I'm now going to put some Stampin' Seal. And let's put these zigzagging back and forth. So I just zigzagged it back and forth a couple of times, and then I'm going to put it on kind of angled here. There we go. Oops. Then to affix that on, I'm going to put on some different, 3 of these different larger dimensionals. Now I might trim this up a little bit so it's not hanging off so crazy. I think the dog just had a bath upstairs because I can hear her zooming around. When they get the zoomies, it's my favorite. It's so much fun. Here we go. So thank you. That looks great just by itself, but you know what? I think these matchy little pearls are perfect for over the top. So I'm going to match the colors up. Again, we've got the Parakeet Party. We've got the lighter, what is this one called? Orchid Oasis. Starry Sky. Tahitian Tide. And what's this one called? What's the last one? Sweet Sorbet? Yes. Sweet Sorbet. There we go. So with these, we are good to go. Now you got your fabulous rainbow card and sending sunshine and good feelings your way on the inside there. Love that. Okay, so where do these products come from? And are you guys doing okay? Oh, Memory, it's so good to see you. Oh, I'm so glad that you joined. It's great to see you. Oh, so fun. Isn't it weird? Like the feeling that I have now is like, oh my gosh, we've hung out. And it's like me talking to a computer screen. Okay, so in the annual catalog, I'll just show you where some of these items come from. So we've got the Good Feelings stamp set on page 33. We've got the Wonderful Thought stamp set, which has lots of really great sayings that would fit onto this tag. We've got the Kindest Expressions. I really like these big, bold ones. You could even just stamp with Versamark over a Designer Series paper pattern and then do some heat embossing with like white over the top to make it pop off. And I think just that on a card would look really gorgeous, right? So this here is the 2022 to 2024 in color textured specialty paper, and it comes in those 5 in colors. It gives you 2 sheets of each in that pack. Again, this is one that you can order yourself or you can get as a part of my paper share. The embellishments that we used are the in color pearls, and this is a partial pack, but you can kind of get the idea of how many you get, and it's so fun to have those in the 5 colors. They're just perfectly pigmented and matching your papers, your inks, everything. Our ribbons are the metallic woven ribbon, and those are again in the Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis. And then one of my favorite new essentials is this decorative circle punch. It's a twist on the classic, and I think you'll use it a lot. Now, last but not least, the showpiece of this project is the Patchwork Pieces dies, which come from page 165. This is a standalone die pack, which doesn't coordinate with any stamps in the catalog, but I think it's so fun to use that with designer series papers. Think about maybe like the patterns from this blue pack, right? And how it's all the same 4 colors. And you could put those together and make it look really beautiful, like a patchwork quilt, right? Okay, ready for the next card? It looks like this when you grab it out. And the final finished card is going to look a little something like this. This tropical card is fully themed off of our beautiful new embellishments, which are called the Adhesive Backed Sequins Trio. And this is where all the color inspiration came from. This is Berry Burst, our Pretty Peacock, and White. And so I just looked at these embellishments and I went, oh, I just love those 3 colors together. They look so fresh. What stamp could I use to go with those? And then I remembered that I had ordered this tropical leaf pack. So this is a punch that goes along with the larger of the 2 leaves in this tropical leaf pack. You've got these amazing sayings, and you've even got the veining that goes over top of the stamped images. And then of course you can punch it out, or in this case, because I couldn't send out stamped images, I actually just gave you a punched out piece, and we are going to have so much fun playing with it. This tropical leaf, I was thinking about it last night and thinking about these stems, right? You would normally just put the leaves on the top there. These stems you could also make into like a striped designer series paper. So imagine a designer series paper that's just this wide, right? And then you stamp this over again in repeating colors. You could even do a stamping off or ombre or something like that and make these fun little casual stripes. If you're not the type of person who wants to freehand something like that, you could really make a fun pattern that way. So again, our catalog is amazing, but Stampin' Up! Is adding to that with all these amazing online exclusives. So make sure you check out that section of the website. There's a whole bunch of stuff there already. And then I think July 6th, they're adding a whole bunch more too. Oh yeah, Michelle. She's saying that the last, those dies would be really fun with Christmas paper. That would be really amazing. So let's look at the bits and pieces that we have here. We've got a couple little strips of paper. We've got a white rectangle, and then you've got a Pretty Peacock rectangle with 1 punched piece out of it. Now, how do we get it to look like this? We are going to use this as a stencil. Then once we're done with it, we're going to use it as the frame that goes around this white piece of paper. So if you want to play along with me, you're going to need a blending brush and an ink pad of your choice. Now you could go with the matchy Pretty Peacock. I think that looks pretty good. This was just varying the intensity in which I applied the ink with the blending brush, and that got the different colors of leaves here. Another coordinating color which looks really good, this is the one that I did last night, is the Lost Lagoon. It's like just a little bit lighter version of the Pretty Peacock, but still in kind of the same tonal family. I think though you could go really crazy on this if you wanted, and even bring in some of this like either the lemon lime twist color or the Parakeet party color too. It's parakeet party, right? Parakeet party. I'm reading it upside down and backwards over there. I think it's parakeet party. Okay, I'm going to do pretty peacock this time, just because I like living on the edge. And it's also darker, so it goes faster. And time is of the essence, of course. You guys can always rewind, but for people who aren't crafting along with me, of course, we want to keep things rolling. I'm going to bring in this little background sheet just so I don't get my large sheet dirty. So we're going to use this stencil here, and we're going to keep in mind that this horizontal saying is going to go across here. So I'm going to have some leaves coming out the top here, and then I'm also going to do a leaf on the bottom here. But when I do that leaf on the bottom, I'm going to cover up to make sure that it doesn't extend over the top. Does that make sense? We'll cover that when we get to it. Now what you want to do is control yourself, and don't do big sweeping circles with your blending brush. You're going to want to keep it quite contained. I always suggest that people start off of the image because you might get this big like splotch, and then that doesn't look as great. So start off, and then you can swirl on and keep building up the texture. Now don't go so big that you go off, because you might get a little bit of ink here where you don't want it. You can make this as deep and dark as you want. I might go a little bit lighter for that one. So pretty, right? And then I'm going to do another one over here, and maybe that one I'll make a little bit darker. And you can just keep applying more pressure, more ink. I find that starting off, with less pressure until you kind of master your way through this. Even holding down here on the handle sometimes can be a little bit easier than putting the pressure right down here. But I already mentioned that I'm going to kind of fast track my way through this. And we're going to keep applying that beautiful deep color. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Now this one here, I mentioned I wanted to have a mask over the top. So I'm going to just fold over my piece of paper here and only expose the part down here that I want to have inked up. I don't want to have it popping up the top. I love these blending brushes, and they do come in two different sizes. They have the larger size, which is the original size. This is the one that I find that I use the most, just because when I work at something, I want to get the job done. So I find that I don't gravitate towards the small ones because I'm usually doing like just a bit of a blended look, and it's not necessarily like a perfect application. It's just adding a touch of color onto my projects. I'm probably shaking my camera, sorry. Sorry if I am. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. So there is the one leaf, which is then going to go over the top here, but doesn't that give it like a really cool textured look? Now, if you had the stamp set, you can also pull in this stem piece here. And so I'm going to stamp with that over the top in this coordinating ink color. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my mask again so I don't stamp too much. And then for good measure, I'm going to stamp this little leaf cutout too. Now, if you didn't have a stamp for this, let's go this way. If you didn't have a stamp for this, you could definitely use a marker and just trace the lines on there. And you could use kind of any color of marker, I think would work really well. So now let's put that to the side, and I'm going to stamp my saying, which for this one I actually am going to use from that same set. These are really unique sayings, okay? There's like love you lots, hello, thanks so much, XOXO. I really like the love you lots, but I've already made 2 cards with the love you lots. So do you think I should switch it up and do a hello instead? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, living on the edge. Alrighty, just peeling off my photopolymer there. The new photopolymer storage is great because you just stick it right onto the back here. It starts off on this sheet, and then as I use them, I always put them back onto there. Just find it a little bit easier to grab them later. And then I don't know if you've noticed, but it does align perfectly, so you can even use that photopolymer to stickiness to hold this in place, and then you can figure out exactly which stamps you've got in there. Some people transfer them all over. I'm less finicky about stuff like that and more about speed. Speed demon. Okay, so I'm going to put my hello just a little bit further to the side here. I don't know, maybe I put it in the center. That actually looks really cute. I'm going to do the center. I was going to switch it up, and I'm not going to now. There we go. Hello. Hello is a perfect card, I think. It's a perfect saying for many different reasons, because you can put whatever you want on the inside, right? So now I'm going to put this piece here on with some Stampin' Seal. Memory, did you get the catalog that I sent you? I was going to send you a message. I think you're still on. I hope you're still on. Anyways, let's talk, because I was having some trouble with those catalogs being sent out by Canada Post. So we'll get one to you, though. I want to make sure I have the right address for you too. Maybe that's part of the problem if it doesn't come. This piece here is another one of our new specialty papers. And if anyone's watching and would like a catalog, please reach out. Honestly, I would love to send it to you anywhere in Canada. It's a beautiful way to get ideas and inspiration. And I always find that I gravitate towards finding color combinations and even layout ideas for cards in that catalog. So it's much more than just a catalog. It's definitely an idea book too. So this is the brand new, it's called White Core Specialty Paper. It is definitely wide enough that you could use this as a mat if you didn't like the look of this torn edge. But the torn edge look is kind of the thing with this paper. So let me show you how I achieved that. I took this rectangle and I just started tearing like this. And now when you tear, you're going to have one side that doesn't have the white on it and one side that does have the white on it. But then when you flip that one piece over, then you've got two. And then what you're going to do is just line them up in behind here. Now the magenta piece, this berry burst piece, is definitely longer, and I did that on purpose because sometimes the ends get a little bit crumpled or they don't start fraying the same way that you want the rest of it to. So when you look at it from the back side, it's just going to look like that. Okay. The white piece though is the proper length for the card. I can cut cardstock the proper length when I want to, but sometimes I choose not to. Living on the edge. Oh yeah, you like that raw torn edge look? I know, and we used to have that tool. Do you guys remember that? It was like on a keychain. I'm dating myself here. But yeah, on a keychain, and it was like a whole bunch of different little distressing tools. I still have mine somewhere, I think. I really love that tool. Oh yeah, okay, you moved. Yes, okay. Yeah, please, ma'am, can you just send me your new address? I'd love to get one of those off to you. Okay, let's get this trimmed up here. I just use scissors. You can use a paper trimming tool, but sometimes just low tech is best, right? Using that, and then some dimensionals on the back side. Maybe, Memory, you want to place an order just looking online for the free shipping tomorrow. And if you do that, I can send you a catalog and these projects for free too. And then you can make these along with the replay. Or maybe you have such a good memory that you remember Oh my gosh, I just made a pun because your name is Memory. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sure you're like, this is my life. I'm so sorry. Maybe you have such a good memory. Oh, whoopsie. That was a slip. I apologize, my friend. I know I do not have that good of a memory. I can't even remember what I did like 2 hours ago, it seems like sometimes. Okay, we're going to fold our crumb cake background, and then I've got my dimensionals with the hello strip on there. That's a little crooked, I think, maybe. Okay, just move that a little bit. And then I'm going to put dimensionals, because I love dimensionals, on the back side of this pretty peacock piece. This is totally my kind of color combination. I just love these colors together. So I put dimensionals on the back side of that leaf as well. Simple design. You've got, you know, you're interacting a little bit with it because you're doing some stenciling and sponging, and then you've got this beautiful leaf that goes over the top. Now the finishing touch is the inspiration for this whole color scheme, and we'll just put on these 3 little sequins. The dog still has the zoomies upstairs. Aw, Emma, she's so cute. There we go. Hello. There's a hello card for you. Or maybe you prefer love you lots. What saying did you end up putting on there? Oh, memory. No, I couldn't remember that you've got a crappy memory. I'm in the crappy memory club as well. Oh boy, that's funny. Okay, let's talk about where these products come from. Some of them are online exclusives, so that's why I can't show you them in the catalog, but you can definitely look them up. And just as a reminder, it's called the Tropical Leaf. And you can get it as the stamp set, the punch, or the bundle and save 10%. Then we've got this gorgeous new paper here. It's called White Center 12 by 12 specialty paper. And you can see, like when you feel it, there's actually a texture on it. And that's why it's a little bit confusing. And you'll want to make sure to keep track of these because the last card had texture on it, but had kind of like a sparkle on it too. And these ones, look at the color combination that they put together. This one and then that beautiful berry burst, right? That berry burst color there. So you've got the navy, you've got, which color is this? Lemon Lime Twist, they ended up going with. The brand new Bubble Bath, and this is Azure Afternoon. So I feel like it's classy, right? And really fresh and trendy. And then you can get almost into like, you could even do baby cards or kids cards with those, but I think that that new Bubble Bath is just so pretty. And I'm using that on so many cards these days. It just is, to me, the perfect pink. And then Azure Afternoon is like a gorgeous, vibrant blue that hits perfect in between vibrant and then also remaining a little bit calming too. I don't know how to explain it. Vibrant and calming at the same time. So again, if you wanted to sample all these papers, that specialty cardstock and designer series paper pack is definitely the one for you, or the Gotta Have It All special. The blending brushes are on page 137, and those ones come in the 2 different sizes. Just so I can show you, these are the 2 different sizes. So the smaller ones are the brand new ones in the last mini catalog. And then these are the ones that came out first of all. Maybe you want to get yourself some storage containers with the free shipping. That's another good thing to get when you're not paying for that shipping cost. Then on page 141, we've got these beautiful embellishments. They're called the Adhesive Back Sequins Trio. And again, if you get my sampler pack, you'll get a strip of 5 of each of the colors of small ones, 5 of each of the large ones as colors of each of those colors. So that's a really great way to play around and get to see which adhesive backed beautiful sequins you like best, and maybe you purchase one of the packs once you see them all. Okay, you guys ready for the last card here? It's got a lot going on. It's our fun fold, and I know you are going to just love this fun fold because it's really quite easy and quite effective. For me, when I thought about doing a fun fold, this one just immediately came into my mind for the suite. This is 𝙧𝙧𝙀𝙧, which has a coordinating stamp set that's called Let's Go Shopping. Oops, you can't really see that because of the glare. There we go. Let's Go Shopping. And it has this fabulous designer series paper that goes along with it. And it's got all these fun little street fronts or shop fronts. So this is the card that we're going to make. And it's actually a double, what did I call this one? Double easel card, I think. This one here, you can see it's got these two triangles and then this larger triangle over the top. So I'm going to refer to them as mountain peaks. We've got a small mountain and a medium mountain in the black color, and then a large mountain peak coming in this white color. Whoa, what is happening with my camera tonight? Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, I hope it's been okay so far. So let's just take a look at what we need to start doing. So we're going to take all of our pieces and spread them out. I haven't mentioned it yet tonight, but make sure you keep these cellophane envelopes. These are not just little baggies. These are clear plastic envelopes that you can actually mail your cards in for no extra cost, and it actually protects them even better. I really like storing my cards in them too, because then as you kind of sort through your cards, it doesn't damage them. All the embellishments stay where they're meant to be. I'm fussy cutting, you guys, so start fussy cutting out your little shop. Maybe simple, it might be a little bit more complex, but I just knew that you would want to have one of these shops. And the die matches some of the stores, but it doesn't match all of them. It definitely matches the stamp set, but it doesn't really match all of the different shapes in the designer series paper. So a little bit of fussy cutting. Now I'm doing this so quickly that I'm not even telling you what you should try to do as you're fussy cutting. So I am only keeping my scissors stationary, and I'm trying to use this part of the blade, not the tip. I work into the corners even with that blade, and I'm just pivoting the paper, and that allows me to make these corners a little bit gracefully, and it means it's a lot more of a relaxed feeling as well. There we go. Okay, so as you're finishing up the fussy cutting there, I'm going to lay out my little pieces and try to make sense for you as to what we've got going on here. You might have a scalloped darker circle, like black circle, or you might have another of the a black version of this smaller circle. If you've got the black version of the smaller circle, you're just going to offset it a little bit like this. Can you see that there? If you've got the scallop circle, it's going to be an overhang on all sides, and this one here just has an overhang on the bottom. Can you see that bottom and this side? Okay, let's start. Are you guys finished your fussy cutting? I'm laying out all my bits and pieces here. We've got the background piece here. So in terms of dimensions, if you're recreating this on your own, this is going to be an 8-inch piece by 5.5. So you'd get 2 of these out of a cardstock, or sorry, like a full sheet of cardstock, with a 1/2-inch piece cut off the full length of it. Then you're going to score at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches. Basically, you're giving yourself a 3-inch panel times 2 and a 1-inch panel times 2, so that you can make a mountain out of the larger piece. Where's my bone folder now? There it is. So you're going to make a mountain out of that, okay? And then you're going to fold this part up to create that second mountain. I'm going to try to put this here so that maybe you can see what is happening there too. There's the front, there's the side view. And here's my little itty bitty crafting space down here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just burnishing this nicely with my bone folder so that I get that same kind of mountain look, right? Larger mountain, smaller mountain, and then you can take some of your designer series papers. So you have a couple of different pieces of designer series paper. This one here I had imagined for the inside of the card. So as you open it up, that is just along the bottom here. So if you wanted to put that on the front, it's definitely going to cover up most of it. So that's why I kind of thought that this piece here that has the pattern on it is going to be perfect for that front piece. So we'll do a little bit of Stamp and Seal. And that's going to go here. And then the coordinating larger piece of designer series paper is going to go onto this piece. Oh, I found my gems. So there's a whole bunch of different types of shops. There's bakeries and looks like Asian restaurants, bakeries, and there's ice cream shops, Asian restaurants. I've got an art supply store here and a plant shop. And so there's kind of designer series papers to match. So I think there's, yeah, the art supply shop here. There's some paint and flowers in that designer series paper that coordinates. So they really thought of a lot of fun, different things that happen in a shopping area. We have a shopping area in Edmonton called White Ave, and it's such a fun and trendy area, and it just totally makes me think of it. I'm taking this white rectangle, putting it on the inside. So as we open it up, we've got our mountains, and then we open it up to the card base, which has that on there. And then I'm going to put my little row of shops along the bottom. And can you spy your little shop on here? I can spy mine. So this one here is the same. And then this one, yeah, it's right there. And this one is right there. Perfect. So now we get to the part where it can be a little bit confusing. So let's put a couple of these pieces to the side, and I'm going to walk you through this, and I promise everything is going to be okay. So this is a square, and this is a square, white and black, and we're going to put those to the side, okay? You're going to take your rectangle that is white, that has a score line in the middle, and you're going to fold that in half. This is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, so that you end up with a square, okay? So stay with me here. I'm going to create some room, and we're going to do this step together, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do, this is going to kind of nest over top of our mountains, and it's going to be adhered right under here and right under here and here. Now I like to use, for things that move, my tear and tape is my favorite. So I'm going to put a strip of that on the inside of my white, and on the other side I'm going to put adhesive so that it's no higher than the top of this black, because we just want it to adhere here and not to the front of this white piece, like to the white piece. We want it tenting out. Does that make sense? We want it tenting out. With me? Okay, so we're just going to go down a little bit from there and across, and then one at the bottom too. So I'm going to start with the one that's going to glue onto the front, and I'm going to put it in just a little bit. You can see here, oops, sorry, I don't have a good grip on that. I just have this white piece in just a little bit, so about 1/4 inch. And the reason for that is so that I can have my saying, oops, I'm doing this crooked. There we go. That's straight. That's so that I can have this saying hanging off the side here, but not hanging off so far that it doesn't fit into a standard size envelope. Okay, so what do we have going on now? We've got this piece here glued onto the front, and then we're going to adhere this onto the back. And I've made sure that my adhesive isn't up so high that it's going to glue the white pieces together. This part here is going to glue onto the black. Now, if you were really nervous about that, you could also at this point just do a strip along the black, right? And then you'd make sure that you'd have it in from the sides there. So then I'm going to peel this off. I like using Take Your Pick tool for stuff like this because it just makes my life so much easier. And then you're just going to fold it down. And this part doesn't matter as much when you're aligning it, right? Because people don't really look at the back of cards too often. But now you've got this really fun design where it's actually tenting out, like doing this double easel. There we go. So now let's talk about this front little vignette that we've got going on here. This black piece is going to go on as a border layer, but Kathy, die cutting queen extraordinaire, has put some adhesive sheet onto the back and die cut a couple little pieces out of the middle here. I love using cardstock in every way possible. So doing stuff like this is like my favorite sneaky thing to do. So now we've got adhesive backed black paper that we are going to stick onto the front here when we're done. So let's put those items to the side. And then this here, we can actually just stick it onto the card. We've got adhesive strip here, adhesive sheet, I should say, there. So we're going to use that, but we're also going to put on a little bit so that the corners stay stuck down. And this just goes on top of that white square. And now for this front part here, if you wanted to make your little vignette a little bit more in depth, you might want to grab your blending brush, and I'm using a light blue Pool Party. And I'm just going to put a little bit of blue in behind my building, just to bring it all together a little bit. So again, starting where the building is going to cover and then swirling outwards from there because I don't want to have that big splotch showing. And I'm using the small blending brush actually this time. There we go. Let's just make sure it's how I like it. Oh, it's super cute. I might even have this hanging over a little bit. That might be fun. Hey. Okay, so now we've got that. I'm going to put this away because I make a mess of myself. And I actually didn't put this with dimensionals. I just did with some Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to, again, have this overhanging a little bit because I think that's going to be really cute. Oops, not that much though. Still want to be able to put my lamppost on there. There we go. Make sure my building is built level. Now I can start putting in my bench. I might put the bench in exactly where they have this other bench. That's kind of interesting to me. We can do that. So for taking off the backing for this, Take Your Pick is really helpful. You just kind of snag it and then it comes right off. I love the adhesive sheets for this technique. It just makes adhering little pieces like this so much easier. Now, do I want it there? I think I do. Well, of course, it's not going to go now because I'm just raving about how easy it is. There you go. I might have these little flowers coming out in front. That's cute. And then if you happen to align it perfectly so that there's white there, I just took a little yellow marker and made a light bulb inside that lantern. That's cute, right? Some of you might have an extra planter or something like that. Some of the pieces of Designer Series paper had one next to it, so that's kind of a fun little addition. Now we've got this piece, we can add that on. I'm just using more Stampin' Seal because I'm going to put some dimensionals underneath my saying here. There we go. And now for the saying. We've got this adorable little punched piece here with our double oval punch. And the Let's Go Shopping has some really fun little sayings. So hello, which I already said I love so much. Good luck. You are such a sweet treat. Happy birthday. Wish you were here. I'm going to go with this perfect little happy birthday on there. I also did the wish you were here one for this first sample that I did. This one does look like a tougher project. I hope though that like last night they came together really, really easily for people, and so I hope that I'm able to explain it well tonight. And then anyone who's watching on replay can just pause it and rewind it. So that's fabulous. I always like to do a bit of a fun fold. And usually, yeah, it is a little bit more simple maybe than this, but I might be overcomplicating this with my explanation too. Sometimes that happens. I work so hard to simplify something with my words that I end up overcomplicating. Like, just do as I do. That's what you have to do. Do as I do. So seal on the back of that. And then I'm going to lay this onto my project just to see where it goes. And then flip it over to make sure that I don't put adhesive beyond here. So once again, I'm going to use dimensionals. 2 dimensionals that are going to be completely adhered to this. What do I want to do? Just like that, I think. And now the finishing touch, we're going to put on some embellishments and this cute little gingham ribbon. All right, with a glue dot, I stick this on. There are my mini glue dots. So then I just stick the glue dot on with my ribbon, peel that off, and then I can put that onto my project, just like that. And then after it's on there, then I usually do the trimming. Fun, fun, fun. Now take your pick tool with these cute little gems. These are like they're sparkly, super sparkly ones. They come in gold, silver, and black. And they just really finish off the card. What do you guys think? Would you want to come to my bakery, my flower shop, or my art supply shop? They're all really cute, hey? Is it coming together for you, Michelle? I hope I didn't lose you on the explanation there. I think you probably got it. But if not, again, that replay is available for you forever. Let's go through the catalog quickly and talk about what products were used for this card. I really wanted to show you this Let's Go Shopping bundle. This is a really unique pack that comes with the dies and also the stamp set. So a stamp set, of course, and the dies coordinate, but let me show you how much they coordinate. So let's start by showing you how this piece gets cut out, okay? Then you can also cut out the window of that piece and the little window on the door. And you can cut these all out. You could make the most fabulous little shaker cards. And inside this window, you could have a little sheet in the background stamped with a bakery or books. And then you can actually use this second floor. You can see it's its own stamp. You can stamp that repeatedly over and over again. So you stamp this one, and then you line this one up and you stamp that. Second floor, third floor, fourth floor, however many floors that you want. And then for that one, you also have a die, which you can cut out that different floor, that story. And those windows too. Look at this. 3 little, I should turn this over. There we go. 3 little windows that you can cut out there. Now, what else can you put in here? You can cut out the planter pot. Do you guys see these cute little chairs with a table? That can go inside this main floor window too. You've got the street lamp and the bench that we use. These are some trees that you can put growing out of like one of these plant pots or something like that. These are little lights which you can cut out, which are stamped images too that you can cut out. See these little lights? Will fit perfectly in those upper floor windows. And then you can cut those out if you really want to. You can cut all the things out. This is like a piece of greenery that you can have growing over the top of your store. And then there's also this little awning which can go over the door with like an extra detailed layer that you can put there too. Isn't it adorable? So many things. This little rectangle will fit pretty much all of the sayings, and even this smaller rectangle will fit many of the sayings too. So there you go. That's all the dies. Can you figure that out? It's incredible, hey? How they just thought of everything, I think, with that die pack. Alrighty. Now, I'm just going to throw these back in, otherwise I'll be here all night putting them back together. I'll do that later when I'm not on camera. So Let's Go Shopping is this sweet. Then there's actually a designer series paper called Les Shops. And would you believe I have hardly any of this one left? I used pretty much all of it to prep those 48 cards there. I've got a little bit left of the strips that I used for the inside there. And you can see on the back side, there's always a fun pattern on the back side. I've got little strips here of the designer series paper that went in behind. This one here is actually from a different designer series paper pack. This is from that one that coordinates with the paper pumpkin that's coming out this month, the Countryside Inn. So I looked at the colors, which are all listed on the back side of your designer series paper, and I noticed that these 4 colors are actually within this color pack, this designer series paper pack as well. So I just thought, oh, that'll be a perfect coordination for some of the awnings, especially since I don't really have enough of the paper. But I wanted to show you this too. So some of the papers, when you cut them out, you'll end up with like, this is the bottom of the sheet, and then this is the top of the sheet, right? And then I've cut all of the other pieces into little houses, or the little shops that you guys can fussy cut out yourself. So what you can do with these bits and pieces, so I'm actually going to cut out the second floor of this and then put it over top of that one. And then you've got this continuation of the image, right? And then you've got a full piece, but it's like a dimensional layer on top, right? Isn't that cool? You could do that with all kinds of images in there. So don't throw out those little partial shops. Those are good to use as well. So that was Les Shop designer series paper, 15% off this month, or of course you can get it as a part of my designer series paper share. I always like to point out these adhesive sheets. They're just so handy, and that's how we got the sticky background on that park bench. The embellishments that we use here are the adhesive back sparkle gems. So let me show you those. This pack is kind of a partial pack here, but you can see it comes in 2 different sizes. You've got the gold and the silver, and they are so sparkly. They're faceted, and they got sparkles all throughout the gem. So these are really fun and great neutral colors that you can use on a lot of different projects. And then last but not least, oh no, there's 2 more things, sorry. The black and white gingham ribbon was that perfect little finishing touch. And then last but not least, the double oval punch, which we used for our saying, and then the little black background that went in behind it. Okay, so now is one of the most important parts of the night for me. I want to know which card you like the best this month. Do you like the shops? Do you like the tropical flowers? Do you like the Pride rainbow card? Or do you like the mountain scene? Get your fingers out. I want to see, even if you're watching this in the future, please, please, please let me know, because it helps me to figure out what kind of designs you like, and what kinds of cards I should try to, like what kind of designs I should try to go in the future. Now you can see I really like playing with all different kinds of designs here. So I like fun folds. I always give you something a little bit more simple, neutral, a great layout that you can recreate. I try to go with something quite vibrant and try to get a mix between like the masculine, more woodsy things and then like some florals. But this time I didn't do any florals, hey? This is kind of as close as we get to the florals, but I really love the greenery. I prefer greenery than florals myself, but I'll take flowers any old day too. I just like the color green. I think it's so therapeutic, isn't it? There's something about the spring green color too that is just so stunning in comparison to any other green that's out there. In my backyard right now, I'm so embarrassed. I told this story last night, but I mowed the lawn before we went away to 𝘾𝙧𝙧𝙚𝙀, and then it was 30 degrees while we were away. And I noticed when I was mowing it, I actually fixed it 3 different times, that the adjuster for the height of the lawnmower kept slipping on the one side. But when we came home, oh my gosh, my husband was like, "What did you do to the lawn?" Because he was away at work. And so he saw the lawn, and it was like the spots where it mowed very, very close were burnt. And then the spots that were mowed longer, like the proper height, were nice and green. And those just shot up as the as I was watching the rain come down yesterday and the day before. I was like, oh my gosh, it's making my mistake even worse. So anyways, Gideon bought a new lawnmower today because we can't get that thing to stay put, and it keeps slipping down on the one side, and it means that we've got like a zebra lawn with a whole bunch of stripes on it. So anyways, oh, any excuse to get a new lawnmower, right? Well, okay, I can't wait to hear what you guys post, and let me know which one of these cards is your favorite, your personal favorite from the night. I'm so glad that you joined me for this crafting experience. And next month is the start of a brand new round of club. It's so important to me to hear from you what you'd like to do. There's 3 different options that you can do for club, and this is for anyone in Canada. The very best deal is to sign up to purchase a minimum of $35 each month, and you'll get a card packet of supplies for free from me, mailed to you, or you can pick up from my house, and you'll receive an extra project. So these are the projects that you would receive, and then this is the bonus this month, just to give you an idea. So I really, really love having my card club every month, because it's a way of rewarding you and showing you a whole bunch of different products with the ability for you to order whatever you want. So as long as you have a neutral ink pad and some sayings of your choice, you can supplement with some different tools. I like to showcase different tools, but those aren't essential. And so as long as you have adhesives and then those like some sayings and neutral ink pad, you can put any of these projects together. So again, if you sign up for the purchasing option, that means you're going to commit to purchasing at least $35 per month from July to December of 2023. And every month I will send out projects to you, or you can pick them up and receive an extra one. At the end, in December, you're going to get a gift, and that's at least a 10% shopping spree of everything that you've ordered through me for the last 6 months. So some people for my club this round are getting like upwards of $175 for free. It starts at $20 and it goes up from there. And I think the average this time was $82 that people are getting for free. And you can also get items for 50% off too. So this is definitely the best option, because it lets you order whatever you want, and it gives you your projects for free. You can also purchase the projects as like a class fee, and if you prepay for the 6 months, you actually get one of your months for free. So it works out to $15 a month instead of the $20 drop-in fee. If you want to prepay, then you just have to make sure to send an e-transfer so I can get you signed up and get these projects off to you every month. If you decide to place an order, if something catches your eye and it's a minimum of $35, you would get a credit of $10 of what you paid for the $15 that month towards that order if you decide to place an order. So you're not earning host benefits, but you know, maybe you're feeling like you want to work with some of the projects that, or the products that you have, this might be a really great option for you. Again, the best deal is always going to be to place an order, because you can just get re-inkers or cardstock or adhesives, and you can really keep yourself going that way. Even just the odd new stamp set or something like that. We have a new mini catalog that's coming out. Oh my gosh, when's it coming out? In September. And it's just going to be gorgeous as well, I'm sure. I love all that holiday stuff. The third option for joining club is to do a month to month, and that's going to be a $20 drop-in or free with a minimum $35 order. So again, there's 3 different ways of doing it, but I want to hear from you. So if you respond to my survey, it's written in the link here for this video. If you respond to my little form, then you will receive a draw entry. And I'm going to do 2 different draws. One is going to be a week from today, a week from tomorrow, because I'm going to give you a full week to do it. And that's on Wednesday the 27th, I think is the date. And I'm going to draw for a freebie. I have to figure out what I want to draw for, but I'm going to give you a prize. So all the people that respond now get to be entered into that. And then also my regular prize. So that was the early bird. And then I have also the regular prize that I'm going to draw for, and that's going to be in my club right after my club in July. So if you please respond as soon as you can, then you'll be entered into 2 of the draws. You have a bigger chance of winning. So if you're curious, you want to check it out, just again, take a look at the link and you can see a description of all the different options for club. And I'd love to have you join me over the 6 months, even if it's drop-in, if it's, you know, purchasing your card kits, or the best of all is getting your projects for free with a minimum $35 order each month. So thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you and stamp with you again very, very soon.